Today, we are going to cover a kitchen renovation. So this kitchen that you see before you, it started out as very inefficient and disorganized. There was almost no counter space, almost no cupboard space, and I'll walk you through that whole process of design and all of the features that the owners put into this home to make it their dream kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of every home, and one way for an owner to add value before selling is to do a kitchen renovation. But there's two different sorts of renovation. There's one where you're planning to sell, and we're going to cover that in some other videos, so stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button so you know when those videos come out. But today's video, this is for a kitchen renovation where the owner wants to stay. And they had made a list of all of the limitations, all of the shortcomings of their existing kitchen. So I don't want to say anything bad about anybody's home or kitchen, anything like that, because regardless, it's somebody's home. It's where they raise their family, and we always treat it with respect. So this older home, it didn't work for them. So they made a list of everything that didn't work, how they wanted it to improve. And then they planned, not just what would fit where, but they also planned for their budget to make sure that they could achieve everything that they wanted in their dream kitchen and do it on a budget. I have some photos here of all of the things. Now, the main issue with the old kitchen, there was a lack of cupboard and counter space, resulting in a very messy and crowded kitchen, as you can see in this photo. It looks quite cluttered. And now, even though there was an island unit, there was no storage in that island unit. It was just, there was only one cupboard there, and that cupboard was for the sink. Because it had this raised level on the counter space, it was very inefficient storage. There was no room under the sink for the garbage bins, and so the garbage bins had to go outside, like outside the island unit, which, quite frankly, it just looks messy. They also had these open shelves on the side, so anything that you put in there, it was always on display. One of the big changes in this kitchen was the island unit. Now, this island unit, it's beautiful, it's got lots of counter space, etc. But here's the thing, the old island unit, it wasn't really it was only a little bit smaller. Let me show you exactly how big that was. Now, down this line down here, this one is only like a couple of inches further out. Yeah, something like that. And now on this side, if you come around, and you'll see next to the dishwasher, there used to be just like a single panel. So we'll put it here and something like that. It also had these really weird, a waste of space. It had these sort of 45 things, something like that. There used to be like a raised countertop. I'll show you in the photos. And then for the sink, once again, this really weird 45 thing, probably something like that. But when you look at it, the new island unit, it's not really that much bigger, but oh my gosh, there is so much more efficient. The old island unit, it only had one cupboard, and that was for the sink. And because it was for the sink, there was no storage underneath it. So one of the requirements for the owner is the under sink cupboard had to have a lot of space for garbage and things like that. Speaking of garbage, okay, what do we do with garbage? Oh, into the garbage. So garbage, recycle, it's completely open underneath. You want to bring the camera around and have a look and see, there's so much open space. And then all you do is a little tap and it closes. Now also, one of the requirements is at the kitchen, you've got your food prep and all that type of stuff. And once again, you have the compost, and it's a simple, hey, look at that. Hands-free, isn't that amazing? So a lot of the kitchen is based around functionality. So one of the things with the little cupboard next to the dishwasher, this is really, really thin. And it also has, it's perfect for these little things that you always have. And guess what? There are no handles on any of these things, partly because, well, you can't put handles on a This one doesn't open, but hey, this one does. And look what happens. Oh my God, look, there is not a waste of space here. Everything is used. You can get all the way down behind. That is absolutely amazing. And it comes out so easy to get to all of this stuff. On the other side, this is what we have here on the other side. If you come around. So this is the other side of the cupboard. We've got these nice racks for all of the cutting boards and things like that. Now it doesn't go back too far because behind this we actually have the tank for the hot water unit. It wasn't put under the sink, as I mentioned before, because there would be no space for the garbage bins. What other features do we have in this home? So one of the other things for this home is the convenience, the ease of use. So let's just say I had a big pile of plates in my hands, and voila. And how on earth do I get to the cupboard? Well, come around and have a look at this. There are no handles, but what we do, we push to open, and we push to close. Hands-free, super convenient. What are some other features of this home? Now, with the old home, I have a photo of this, so you can see there was a discoloration because they used to put cooking appliances and stuff on the counter. Now, you have a hood fan, but that's for the stove. So what happens when you put all these different cooking appliances? Well, the steam and all that other type of stuff, it discolored the cabinet. So one of the things that they have here is they have a second hood fan. Super convenient. Okay, so we have a plant under there. That's cool. Someone actually lives in this home. The original kitchen only had 2 cupboards. So just not enough cupboard space. Then they had this weird sort of open shelf, so everything was always exposed and looking messy. And they had this, once again, a stupid 45-degree wall. I don't know why, probably just for looks. They had another one in the living room as well. I'm going to do another video covering that, so stay tuned. There was absolutely nothing behind that piece of drywall, so it was removed, and then you can put a proper cupboard. You can actually put 3 cupboards, and there's so much more cabinet and counter space. This is exactly what the owner wanted. They made a budget and they stuck to the budget. In fact, when everything was said and done, it was actually $2 less than their total budget. So how is that for amazing?